Hello, good morning everybody. See, today let us discuss very important concept of probability. Consider one example. Suppose a student may come to the school by bus. He may come by bicycle. He may come by walk, or he may come by bus. Okay, there are some modes. There are some only 4 modes. Let us consider. The probability of he is coming late by bus is, say, some 8%. The probability of he may come to the college late by bicycle is, say, some 10%. Probability of he is coming to college late by walk is some 5%. Okay, and another one is, say, some 10%. See, the nature of this problem here is, suppose the student came to the college by late. He come by late. What is the probability is he is coming by bus. Probability of finding a student coming by bus given that he is already late. You got it? In the earlier cases, we may find the probability of coming by bus. Suppose there are 4 modes. What is the probability of the student come by bus? This kind of example, direct probability. But it is reverse probability. Something like that, inverse function you have studied now, that kind of reverse probability. So this reverse probability is solved by using the conditional probability. This is what Bayes' theorem. For that, we need to study the total probability, concept of total probability first. Okay, so first let us study total probability and then Bayes' theorem. Okay. Before that, one more concept you have to study first. That is partition. Partition of a sample space. Partition means, suppose samples S is divided into partitions, and S is said to be divided into partitions E1, E2, E3. If each one are non-empty sets, or probability of E1 is non-zero, probability of E2 is non-zero, probability of E3 is non-zero, and E1 intersection is null set. There should not be any common elements. E1, E3 should be non-empty set. E2, E3 should be non-empty set. Okay. So that means 3 conditions. A set of events E1, E2, En generalizing is said to be partition of S if Ei intersection Ej is null set, where I and J are running from, where not same, I and J are not same, and they are running from 1 to N is null set intersection, and union of E1, E2, E3 so on up to N is sample space. Each probability of Ei is positive, non-zero. So these are the satisfied conditions, then E1, E2 En are said to be partition of sample space. The events E1, E2, En represent a partition of the sample space S if they are pairwise disjoint, exhaustive, union of this is sample space means exhaustive, and non-negative, non-zero probability of Ei is non-zero, both mean the same. So this is the meaning of partition of sample space. To define a total probability, we need the concept of partition. Please try to understand this theorem. Let E1, E2, En be partition of sample space S, and suppose that each of the events E1, E2, En has non-zero probability of occurrence. Okay, probability of Pi is positive. Let A be any event associated with S. Let A be any event on this sample space. Then probability of A is equal to probability of Ei summation of total of probability of Ei into probability of A given more probabilities here. Probability of A given Ei. Okay. Since E1, E2, En are partition of S. Suppose the E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E6 like that. E1, E2 are the partition of S. Then S is given by union of E1, E2 so on up to En due to definition of partition. Okay. So each Ei are mutually disjoint. Let A be any event on S. Let A be any event on S. Or A is given by A intersection S. A intersection S. A intersection S is nothing but S is E1 union E2 union so on up to En. So by distributive law, this is A E1 union A E2 union A En. You got it? See, as E1 E2 so on up to En are disjoint, AE1, AE2, AEN, that means A intersection E1, A intersection E2, A intersection E3, A intersection E4 like that. So those are also disjoint. So those are mutually exclusive means probability of A union B is probability of A plus B, isn't it? Similarly, probability of A E1 plus probability of A E2 plus probability of A En. Probability of A becomes AE1, probability of AE2, probability of AEN. AE1 means probability of A intersection E1. What is probability of A intersection B? Probability of B into probability of A given B, or probability of probability of A into probability of B given A, isn't it? So if you apply multiplication rule implies probability of E1 into probability of A given E1. Probability of AE2 means probability of E2 into probability of A given E2. So similarly, probability of En into probability of A given En. So that sum means I is running from 1 to n. I 1, 2, 3 so on up to n. So this is nothing but summation, using summation notation. Probability of summation of I is running from 1 to n, probability of Ei into probability of AEI. This is total probability. Thus, probability of A is equal to total of probability of Ei into probability of A given Ei. So this is very famous Bayes theorem. So this is direct application of conditional probability, hence I already proved in front of you. This is Bayes theorem. If E1, E2, En are n non-empty events which are the partition of sample space, and A is any event with non-zero probability, then probability of Ei given A is equal to probability of Ei into probability of A given Ei over summation of probability of Ei into probability of A given Ei. I is running from 1 to n. Okay, we know the conditional probability formula. Probability of A given B is probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B. Similarly, probability of Ei given A is probability of Ei intersection A divided by probability of A. So probability of Ei given A is probability of Ei into probability of A given Ei due to this one by multiplication theorem, and this is total probability. Probability of A is summation of probability of EI into probability of A given EI. Just substitution, you will get this result. Okay. Here E1, E2, En are called hypothesis, and probability of EI are priori probabilities before conducting the experiments, and EI given A is posteriori probabilities. So this Bayes theorem is very important because it gives the probability of causes given the effects. Probability of cause given the effect. In physics also you study the cause and effect relationship, isn't it? This is very causes given the effects. Okay. So this is straightforward. Anybody want any explanation, please let me know. I will explain that again in the next video. Okay. Bag 1 contains 3 red and 4 black balls, while another bag, that is second bag, contains 5 red and 6 black balls. One ball is drawn at random from one of the bags, and it is found to be red, Find the probability that it was drawn from the second bag. I hope you got it. In the first bag there are 3 red and 4 black balls, while second bag contains 5 red and 6 black balls. One ball is drawn and it is found to be red. You are asked to find the probability that, what is the probability that selected red ball is from second bag. So before that, let us define the events. Let event E1 is selecting the first bag. E2 is selecting the second bag. Okay. What is probability of E1? Probability of E1 is selecting, so totally there are 2, so 1 by 2. Probability of E2 is 1 by 2 again. Suppose the event A is selecting a red ball. Event is selecting a red ball. Now what is asked here? Okay, probability of selecting a red ball from first bag. Probability of selecting a red ball from first bag. What is it? Totally there are 3 red, 4 black, means this is 3 by 7. In terms of notations, this can be denoted as probability of A given E1, isn't it? Selecting a red ball from first bag is probability of A given E1. Condition is here. Condition is first bag only. So this is 3 over 7. And probability of selecting a red ball from second bag is probability of A given E2. In second bag, 5 red, 6 black, 5 by 11. You got it? See, what is required? Required probability is required probability. The question here is find the probability that it was drawn from second bag. That means probability of second bag given that selected one is red, given the red ball. You got it. This is what asked. So probability of E2 given A is asked. This is what you have to find. So therefore Bayes theorem probability of E2 given A is equal to probability of, what is that? E2 into probability of A given E2, isn't it? Divided by probability of E1 into probability of A given E1 plus probability of E2 into probability of A given E2. So substitute the values, that's all. Probability of E2 is half. A given E2. A given E2 is 5 by 11. 5 by 11. Whole divided by probability of E1 is half. A given E1 is say 3 by 7 plus the same half into 5 by 11. You simplify and get the answer, okay. That is calculator work. But 5 by 22 divided by 3 by 14 plus 5 by 22. You take the LCM and please complete that. Given 3 identical boxes, 1, 2, 3. First box contains 2 gold coins. Second box contains 2 silver coins. Third box contains 1 gold, 1 silver. A person chooses a box at random and takes out a coin. If the coin is of gold, what is the probability that the other coin in the box is also of gold? You got it. A person select a gold coin. What is the probability that the other coin in the box is also gold? Means that should be from third box only, because if the selected one is gold means it should be either first box or third box. Other should also gold means that should be from first box, not third. Once gold coin is selected, other left one is also gold in first box only. Okay. So what you have to find is probability of selected coin is gold, probability of selecting the first box given that selected coin is gold. That is what you have to find. Okay. Right. Solution is E1, E2 and E3 are the events of selecting first, second and third boxes respectively. Okay. So probability of E1 is equal to probability of E2 is equal to probability of E3 is equal to 1 by 3. Okay, each are having equal probability. Now event A is selecting a gold coin. Suppose probability of selecting a gold coin from first box. First box means event is E1. You got it? Selecting a gold coin when it is first box, that is half. Probability of A given E2. Probability of selecting a gold coin from second box, that is 0. No gold coins here. Probability of selecting a gold coin when it is E3, that is half. So this is not half, this is 1, sorry, 2 by 2 it is. Now what is asked? Probability of selecting directly, otherwise I have to narrate. Required probability is equal to probability of first box given that selected one is gold coin. This is what required probability. So Bayes' theorem probability of E1 given A is equal to probability of E1 into probability of A given E1 divided by summation of probability of EI into probability of A given EI. Okay, so what is this? Probability of E1 is 1 by 3. Probability of A given E1 is 1. Okay, divided by probability of E1. So you put I is equal to 1. Probability of E1 into probability of A given E1 plus probability of E2 into probability of A given E2. Okay. So this is probability of E1 into probability of A given E1 is same plus probability of E2 into probability of A given E2 means since it is 0, that will be 0. Probability of E3, probability of E3 is 1 by 3. Probability of A given E3, probability of A given E3 means 1 by 2. So in the numerator this is 1 by 3 divided by 1 by 3 plus 1 by 6. How much it is? Half, that is 2 by 3. So that is 2 by 3, isn't it? See, another example is a person has undertaken a construction job. The probabilities are 0.65 that there will be strike, 0.80 that the construction job will be completed on time if there is no strike. If there is no strike, the probability of construction job completes is 80% and 0.32 that the construction job will be completed on time if there is strike. Determine the probability that the construction job will be completed on time. So you have to find the probability of the completion of the work in two situations, when there is strike and when there is no strike. See, probability of strike and probability of completion of work, probability of no strike and probability of completion of work. Okay, that means suppose if you define event A is the completion of work on time, and B is there will be strike, and B complement is suppose there will be no strike. Okay. So probability of B is probability of strike 0.65 and probability of B complement is 0.35. Okay. So probability of completion of work when there is strike, A given B. A given B means 80% that construction will be completed on time if there is no strike, isn't it? That means B complement it is. So this is 0.8. Probability of completion of work if there is strike, that is 0.32. 0.32. This much information is given. So you have to find total probability P of E is equal to probability that there will be strike into probability of completion of work when there will be strike plus probability of no strike and into probability of A given completion of work when no strike. So probability of B is 0.65. A given B is 0.32 plus probability of B complement is 0.8 into A given B complement is probability of B complement is 0.35. Okay, you sum and get the answer. This is example on total probability. See another example, very interesting example. A doctor is to visit a patient. From the past experience, it is known that the probabilities that he will come by train, bus, scooter or by other means of transport are respectively 3 by 10, 1 by 5, 1 by 10 and 2 by 5. Okay, these are the respective probabilities. The probability that he will be late are 1 by 4, 1 by 3, 1 by 12 if he comes by train, he comes by bus or he comes by scooter respectively. But he comes by other means of transport, then he will not be late. When he arrives, he is late. What is the probability that he comes by train? So if you convert these things into notations, then that will be very easy and you can directly apply the Bayes theorem. Let solution is let. This example is lengthy, but if you use the notation, proper language of statistics, then it will become very handy. Let event A is doctor visits patient late. Okay, visits a patient late. Now suppose let E1, E2, E3, E4 are the probabilities that he will come by train under the respective probabilities. Okay, by train, bus, scooter, or and other mode of transport. Okay, see, probability of E1 is 3 by 10. Probability of E2 is 1 by 5. Probability of E3 is coming by scooter, 1 by 10. Probability of E4 other mode is 2 by 5. Probability of he is late when he came by train E1 is 1 by 4. Okay, 1 by 4. Probability of he will be late if he comes by E2, that is bus, that is 1 by 3, and probability of A given E3 is 1 by 12, and probability of A given E4 other mode is 0. He will not be late. Okay, now what is asked is find the probability when he arrives late. What is the probability that he comes by train? Train means E1. Probability of he came by train given that he is late. Required probability is this much. Bayes theorem probability of E1 given A is equal to probability of E1 into probability of A given E1 over sum of all these four probabilities. I will write summation sign 1 to 4 probability of EI into probability of A given EI, that is probability of E1 is 3 by 10 into probability of A given E1 is 1 by 4 divided by 3 by 10 into 1 by 4 plus E2 is 1 by 5 into A given E2 1 by 3 plus probability of E3 1 by 10 into probability of A given E3 1 by 12. Probability of E4 and another one is 2 by 5 into 0, so you need not write that. So this is 3 by 40 divided by 3 by 40 plus 1 by 15 plus 1 by 120. Okay, you take LCM as 120 and get the answer. A man is known to speak truth 3 out of 4 times. He throws a die and reports that it is 6. Find the probability that it is actually a 6. See here, a man is known to speak truth out of truth 3 out of 4 times. 70% times he speaks truth only. He lies 25%. He throws a die and reports that it is a 6. You have to find that it is actually 6 basing on that hypothesis. See, let solution is, let event A is, he reports number 6. Okay, event E1 is number 6 occurs. Number 6 occurs. E number other than 6 occurs. Okay, what is probability of E1 is, that is 1 by 6. Probability of E2 is other than 6 means remaining 5 by 6. Probability he reports number 6. Okay, now what you have to find is to find probability of, find the probability that it is actually 6. 6 occurs E1 when he already reported as 6. Given A, basing on his report, what is the probability that it is actually 6? See, Bayes theorem okay, before that let us find probability of A given E1 means probability that he reports 6 when actually 6 occurs. Reports 6 when actually 6 occurs means probability of he speaks truth, isn't it? When he reports 6 and actually it is 6 means it is the probability of speaking truth, that is 3 by 4. Probability of he reports 6 but it is other than 6 means probability of he reports 6 when actually six does not occur. Now Bayes theorem is Bayes theorem, probability of E1 given A is equal to probability of E1 into probability of A given even, isn't it? Divided by total probability. Probability of even into probability of A given even plus probability of E2 into probability of A given E2. Probability of even is 1 by 6 into probability of A given even is 3 by 4. E2 is 5 by 6 into probability of A given E2 is 1 by 4 it is. 1 minus 3 by 4 it is 1 by 4. 1 by 4. Okay. So 3 over 24 divided by 3 by 24 plus 5 by 24. So 3 by 8. Okay.